Excel TV. Tuchu Saulang.
Amazing. Social service provision is at the center of every country's economy. Now, in most countries, governments take initiatives to have social services reached out to their populace. However, we have civil society that comes in place to equally ensure that they provide social services. A very good morning. Today is Monday, 23rd of August 2021, and my name is Simeo Ssebukulu. Now, that advert that you have been watching is my face in it, because this is Volume Up, and we get to bring through people from the civil society, public-private organizations to talk to us and offer themselves as service providers to better the lives of people in the communities. Right here at Excel TV, we so offer ourselves as a linkage to that effect. In the studios with me is a lady dressed on blue. Now, most of you are wondering, but what you see here is the Rotary Cancer Run, and this is the moment when you get to hear and understand a lot about Rotary, and specifically the Rotary Cancer Run. Rotarian Harriet Oboa, very delighted to host you.
Thank you very much for having me.
This is the moment when you get to actually say good morning to the viewers.
Thank you, Sia. Good morning, viewers.
Absolutely. So let's kick it off. I know people are literally wondering. Now, when you move around Kampala, you notice that you're going to come across a vest that is branded Rotary Cancer Run. You're going to come across a t-shirt branded Rotary Cancer Run. But in different parts of the country, there is this word Rotary. Let's begin probably by knowing, what is Rotary?
Okay. Thank you, Sunil, for that question. It's indeed a bright morning, especially being that we are discussing Rotary. Rotary is a voluntary organization that brings together professional and business men and women to provide humanitarian service to the less advantaged people, to ensure that there is peace in the world.
Wow. Okay, so in other words, people come together to ensure that they pool resources to serve humanity. Now, what's this thing about Rotary and you being rich? The people out there tend to think that for you to join Rotary, you need to have a surplus of monies to invest around or probably give to the needy. Is that right?
Okay, I should say that it's yes and no of what you said. First of all, you need to have the big heart.
Okay.
You need to have a big heart, a heart to give, a heart to reach out to those who are less privileged than you are. And but at the same time, for you to reach out to give a hand, you need to have something on you. You need to have some resources that you're going to provide. You need to have some professional and technical expertise you're going to utilize in order to ensure that you're reaching out through the projects and programs that we are doing. You're going to give of your time, just like what you're doing now. So this giving of time, of money, of skill, of technical expertise. So definitely you have to be rich in those areas, and not but like rich as in rich. Rich is a relative. The statement rich is relative. So it borders. So
you at least need to have something.
You need to have, of course, you cannot give nothing.
Absolutely.
You cannot, but it's all based on having the heart to give, because you can have too much, but be poor at heart, as being mean and you're stingy and you don't even think of helping out an orphan around your corner or reaching out to a mother in need. So that's what I can say about that definition.
Well, that's amazing. I'm thinking to myself, if the world had more of these people, or people like you that are willing to offer what they can to better the communities out there, then the world would be a better place. So in terms of numbers, how many are you? I mean, we are 45 million Ugandans. How many could you be approximately as those in Rotary?
We are 1.2 million members of the Rotary the world over. So clearly we need more hands on board, because the need is big. The need is big everywhere. Everywhere. Right from when I was branching off to come here, right from when I was driving out of my home, on the roads, everywhere we go, the need is glaring. So we need more hands on deck.
And I mean, who joins besides the fact that you say somebody needs to have something to offer? What is that other thing that you look at? I mean, the criteria for somebody to join, because I'm thinking there are quite a number of people that have been contemplating, or should I join? What is the process like?
Okay, what I can say there is that you need to be either a professional person or a person in business.
Okay.
That's why I was saying that you need to have something to offer. The fact that you're a professional person or a business professional, that means you're earning some money. Because when you come over, we have to spend. You have to pay your dues, your annual dues. You have to contribute to projects. For example, projects that each club, we have Rotary clubs, each club reaches out to the community. You need to contribute to that. You contribute to the Rotary Foundation. The Rotary Foundation is a banka yafe. Ya Rotary. Yeah, we've heard of what you call the Paul Harris Fellows, the major donors. That means you've been contributing to that. So for you to do that, you need to have a source of income. And of course, clean money.
Now that you mentioned Sam Luganda, I'm certainly going to have to switch to ku Rotary. Era mwabatulaba nkakasa nti mulabye ku kigambo Rotary Cancer Run nga we mulaba kweno bane tuli wanene era eri ku screens zamwe. Rotary eno bantu bajja ne baleeta obumanyirivu bwabwe ne bawaayo ekitono kye basobola okusobola olaba ng'obulamu bw'abantu bukyukira ddala eyo. Mulabye amasomero agamu Rotary, amalwaliro agamu healthcare, bamufunye ebyamazzi, boreholes zisimiddwa, n'ebirala bingi mu communities oba ebitundu gye tuwangalira. Ndina omugenyi Rotarian Harriet obo ono yali past assistant governor. That's a huge one.
Really?
That's a very, very big title. So let's do some statistics here. So in 2018, Global Cancer Statistics on Cancer in Uganda by the World Health Organization indicated that 32,617 new cancer cases were recorded, and of these 18,068 were females, while 14,569 were males. Now that is quite a figure there for just 2018. Rotarian Harry, does this justify the Rotary Cancer Run?
Yes, it indeed justifies the Rotary Cancer Run. Because just like you shared the statistics, the plight is being on. The plight has been here. By the time we started intervening through the Rotary Cancer Run 10 years ago, it had been there. It is still here with us. And we need to do a lot to ensure that we bridge the gap between supporting those who are suffering from cancer. Because if we do not do this, we are going to continue losing more and more people.
Absolutely.
I am certain that each one of us has lost somebody to cancer. Either a family member or a relative, a distant relative, a neighbor, a workmate, name it. Each one of us can relate.
Absolutely.
Each one of us can relate. So that is simply shows you that the plight is big.
Wow, the pictures that you are watching, that's the Katikiro of Uganda. That was last year's virtual Rotary Cancer Run. 21,829 deaths were recorded in 2018 as per the statistics I just shared. And these were deaths to cancer, so thuggery of cancer to get such brains and then bury them under the soil. Rotarian Harriet, give us a background. I understand this is the 10th edition of the Rotary Cancer Run. Give us the background. 2012, I was reading somewhere and I actually found out that it started in 2012 in Lugogo here. And so they decided to grow. We're having about 50,000 participants every single year taking part of the Rotary Cancer Run. Give us a background, a brief background. How did this start up? Who comes up with the initiative on that?
Okay. I should start off by saying that the Rotary Cancer Run is an activity under the Rotary Cancer Program. And it's an avenue of fundraising to be able to finance the projects of the Rotary Cancer Program. So 10 years ago, past district governor Stephen Mwanje came up with this idea. And of course, when you come up with a beautiful idea, you share it and you get people on board. And so we started out in 2012, August, the first run in Lugogo, that parking lot, that parking lot in Lugogo, with a few numbers, but with a team that was passionate, a team that saw the need on ground, a team that was determined to go all the way, a team that was unstoppable. And along the way, we've kept running. We did a second run, and if you look into the statistics, you will realize that each year the numbers kept on increasing. The word kept on going around, and we continue to raise more money each year towards this cause. So the journey has been beautiful, I should say, because people are bought in. We started off with few sponsors and partners, but over the years we've had more and more partners and sponsors coming on board. And probably maybe at a later time we should, I will share the details.
To acknowledge.
A bit of the
amazing. We're certainly going to have to explore the virtual cancer run and how virtual can we go virtual. How virtual can we have a marathon, especially in these COVID-19 times. But back to the history of the Rotary Cancer Run. We understand it's cancer and we're trying to fight against cancer. How specific are the goals? What are we envisioning at the end of the day? Do we want to totally eliminate cancer? Certainly that's something we would all wish to see. But what's the Rotary Cancer Program targeting at the end of the day?
Simeo, thank you for that question. As you asked that question, what came to my mind was some of the programs that Rotary has done. One of them is polio, the eradication of polio. Several years ago, Rotarians came up with the idea, with the determination to fight polio. You and I know that over the years, polio is almost eradicated on the planet. But by the time they started out, it was bad. Because Rotary intervenes where the challenges really are. So
I mean, polio was one of the 6 killers.
Exactly. Just like how you're saying cancer. So I personally want to believe, just like how the fight for polio started so many years ago, and it has continued, it still continues up to now. I want to believe that the fight against cancer will grow big. Will grow bigger every other time. And I am not skeptical about saying that a time will come when we actually say, like what we say for polio, that we are this close to eradicating polio. That time will come, especially if we have more and more people buying in, we have more people getting on board. And I am what should I say? I am hopeful, and I'm sure many of us are hopeful. We shall get there.
Wow.
It's a tough journey. It takes a lot of funding, and it will take time.
How close are we? How close are we now? I mean, 10 years down the road, we've had the program running. Are we any close? Do we see our goal near?
Okay, I would say in Uganda, of course, this idea is started off here. I'm saying in Uganda, we've taken milestones. We've taken actually big strides. We started off by constructing a cancer ward at the Nsambia Hospital. A cancer ward that has 36 beds, and we went ahead to equip it. We had what we call VTTs, we had exchange visits from other districts, other countries to come in and exchange knowledge and share expertise, because our friends in the first world actually have been ahead of us in this. So there's been that exchange of knowledge and building capacity of our professionals here. So the construction of the cancer ward, the building of capacity of the health workers, because they are not what they were 10 years ago when it comes to the area of dealing with cancer.
Absolutely.
And going ahead to ensure that we equip it with beds and then the basic equipment, that's a milestone. We've gone ahead to also contribute about 200 million shillings to the Rotary Blood Bank. And medical professionals will tell you that when you're treating cancer, blood is also a key need. So for us, like you said, to ensure that our goals are being fulfilled effectively, we had to support the Rotary Blood Bank to ensure that there's blood, because as patients are admitted into the Zambia hospital, whenever, as and when, which is very frequent, that they need blood should be there. So we worked at building synergy with this other program on that, and we continue to go ahead to do a number of things. And what we are working on now is a linear accelerator and
That's
banker.
what we see on the screen.
Yes, sure. So we're working at acquiring 2 linear accelerators and 2 bankers, and that costs something. That's what we've been running for. Other than the monies that came out through the previous years, for the last 5 years, we've been running to raise money for that.
Running to raise money. One is asking, the viewer out there is wondering, where is government? Is the hand of government in this?
I should say the hand of government is in this, because as Rotary as an organization, we do not work alone. And then, of course, we submit to the authority of the country as well. Yeah. And many times we involve and we work together with the government. For example, in this one, one clear example is that for the last 3 years, the Parliament of Uganda has been one of our key sponsors. Each parliamentarian has been contributing 1 million shillings per year.
Of their salary?
Exactly.
That's with the 10th parliament, or it cuts across all the other parliaments?
The last 3 parliaments. Yeah.
So we're speaking the 8th, 9th, and 10th parliament. Okay.
So, and they continue to do that.
Wow, even
So,
in the 11th.
Yeah, they are on. Parliament of Uganda is one of our sponsors this year too.
The Speaker of Parliament, Rebecca Kadawa, is very, very, very supportive. I saw her quite a number of times.
Yes, she was. She was very supportive. And the current Speaker of Parliament, Jacob Ulanya, is equally supportive.
Amazing. Let's now dive into the feasibility of this year's Rotary Cancer Run. 29th of August, this very year, it's going to be a Sunday. All the roads are going to be around our areas. It's going to be painted blue, and what my guest here is putting on is something that all of us are going to be eager to have on Sunday. We certainly wear nothing else if not that Rotary cancer kit. At 25,000 shillings, you can get yourself a kit and support the cause. That is the 10th edition of the Rotary Cancer Run. Rotary and Harriet, how virtual can we go with a marathon? I understand last year it happened, but this year, what do we have in stock? What do we have differently? What should people do to run amidst COVID?
Thank you, Simeo. You pointed out actually we had it last year. Our first virtual run was last year.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a second virtual run. Like I said earlier on, is like the spirit to fight cancer, the team and the people, nothing can stop them. Not even COVID-19 could stop us. So we had to innovate and come around it. We couldn't lose a year, because if you look at the need that we have, for us to put up those 2 linear accelerators and the bunkers, we need about 8 billion Uganda shillings.
8 billion?
8 billion Uganda
wow, that's
shillings.
quite a lump.
Yes, and through the previous years, other than the expenses I told you, because for the building and equipping the cancer ward, it cost us about 1.5 billion shillings.
Wow.
Out of the 3 billion shillings that we've raised so far. Then we've been able to give out It's about 20 million shillings to the Rotary Blood Bank towards the construction, which actually also took place. So the monies that for the previous 5 runs is actually in the account, but it is actually much less than what we need. So we could not even COVID could stop us, because every minute counts. Every hour somebody is dying of cancer.
Absolutely.
Every time we get an excuse that we are constrained, someone is dying. A child out there is dying. I personally witnessed children suffering from cancer. If I was at Mulago cancer ward sometime when I was nursing my own brother to cancer.
Wow,
whereas I felt a lot of pain for the adults when this child walked in, and I said, God, why? Of course, why for all of us, but for this child, that pain is much. So cancer knows no age, knows no tribe, knows no nothing, no color.
Absolutely.
So this COVID-19 couldn't stop us, because there are those lives that we see every day, that we know of, we have in our minds. So we are still going virtual.
Well, cancer is not selective to the age, race, color, and the likes, but I must confess, I got selective on the guest house to bring on the show, because I needed a fine brain behind this year's Rotary Cancer Run. So Rotarian Harriet, 25,000 shillings. I've seen past the years, we've had an average of about 50,000 people running. And I noticed that in other countries, people are running on behalf of Uganda. Is that true? Because I saw Kigali, Rwanda, Mombasa in Kenya, Pretoria, South Africa, Berlin in Germany,
USA.
Amazing. Has the world come together to help Uganda fight cancer?
The world is coming together to help Uganda fight cancer, and the virtual run has actually created a more global involvement, I should say. Not everything is lost when it comes to COVID-19.
Yeah.
Because going virtual means that we can run anywhere. But even before the pandemic, like you said, the year before that, we actually went global. We went Tanzania, Kenya, Kigali, and the other countries that you've been able to mention. Last year, virtually, we were in Egypt. We were in the same countries, and more other countries actually came on board. So we anticipate that even this year, more countries are coming on board. So the world has come together. Just like I said earlier on, cancer is something that cuts across. So it unites us as a world. It brings us together, just like COVID-19 united us. So cancer too is something that the world has woken up to, and they are supportive. They are supporting as we continue to fight against cancer, because the work is big. Because after this cancer ward, equipping the cancer ward in Zambia, we are going to have bring service nearer to the people, because not everyone is going to travel to Kampala. Somebody from Navy, somebody from Gulu, somebody from Rugungeri.
I've seen Lira.
Exactly.
People having placards showing that they are to run.
Yeah, they are running. So the work is big. We are starting off in putting this center here, but we're going to have centers in 4 centers after this. The goals are still there, just like you mentioned the goals. We're going to have a center at least in each part of Uganda, in Western Uganda, Eastern Uganda, Northern, and then the central site. So the work is on. The work is on, and we need to keep running.
Amazing. We need to keep running. Abatulaba ku Excel TV program volume up. Tulaba ndino mgenyi wange Rotarian Harriet Obo onava mu Rotary eranga tuogera ku Rotary Cancer Run. Emisinde gino gigendereddwamu okubanga gifufugaza cancer okuva mu ggwanga Uganda. Gibaddewo okumalira ddala emyaka 10 era nga guno gwe mulundi ogw'ekumi nga tudduka, naye olwa COVID-19 emisinde gino gigenda kubeera virtual. Tetugenda kukuŋŋaanira wamu nga bwe kyali, wabula buli omu okuba nga addukira gyali. So let's talk about the procurement of this. People want to look like you are. Well, I have my kit, and I certainly will be running. Now, I am certain you are thinking, how do you get yourself blue on Sunday? So where do people take that 25,000 shillings to get the Rotary kit, Cancer Run kit?
Thank you, Simeo, for that question. You register. Wewandiisa. Kati mukwewandiisa okwewandiisa kitwala emitwala 2 n'ekitundu. Naye jokka ekya Uganda ng'osupportinze cause.
Wow.
Minimum emitwalo 2 kitundu ng'owewandiisa ate owewandiisa nga tukuwa vest. You get a vest. So when you register for 25k, you get the vest.
Obanga buzobuguzi vest kubanga it looks amazing. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. You should see how it looks like at the back.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful all the way, front and back. Yeah. So it's something that you would love to even have on as you do your exercises, as you jog. It's really nice. So we are open at all the Centenary Bank branches. You can register there.
All across the country, in all the regions. In
the regions, at the Rotary office, Kunik building, 9th floor. ShopRite outlets. We also have at the Rotary Cancer Run office in Miyenga, Kusimwe Road. All Capital Shopper outlets and game stores. Tulinani ku Entebbe Road, waliwo bread house. Bogenda lyogula omugati oba keeki yikirako awo era owagire cause
eya cancer. Tugendererwamu kufufugaza cancer okubanga ava mu ggwanga nkakasa yonna gye tuli, you have lost somebody, if not a parent, a brother, a sister, or a friend, or even a neighbor, and at the end of the day we are not safe until all of us are safe from cancer. So take us through when somebody gets the kit. Now they have it. It's Sunday. What time? When they wake up and then put on their kit, where should they go? What should they do? Yeah, that's something that I am personally eager to know, because we are literally giving you our program on Sunday for you to manage. So tell us, when we get up out of bed, what do we do?
Thank you very much, Simeo, and I like the excitement. I like the enthusiasm towards this. That's what everybody out there should have. So when you get up on Sunday, you've registered and procured you have your vest on you. It's virtual. It's virtual. What does that mean? That means that you're going to run within your location. Run with your family members. Run with a few of your friends. You want to ensure that you're observing SOPs provided to us by the Ministry of Health and the Government of Uganda guidelines in this. So it's virtual, meaning that you shouldn't congregate. We should just be running within our locations and in small numbers, whereby you can space yourselves so that you're not crowded. And regardless of your location, some of you may run within your compound at home, you run within your neighborhood. You can run. Some people are traveling up country, because this is, by the way, this is going to be our 10th run, a decade. We are celebrating
10 years.
10 years. So some people have actually said, I'm one of those people who was like, why don't I go and run from my home village?
Wow, that's amazing.
We need to make it special. We need to make it so wherever you are going to get up, run at your pace, at your time, and we need to space it. We need to space it so that not everybody happens. So whatever time you feel like running, but it's always safe to run in the morning hours. So it's not good to run when the sun is all up. And Simeo, I should tell you that we are not only going to run on the 29th.
Wow.
Yes, because we are celebrating 10 years. So we have added something special.
That's something we are waiting to
kati tuyinda ennaku endala 10 bwe tumala 29 tuyingira ate mu nnaku 10 ez'okucelebrating, ez'okwebaza, ez'okujaganya. So if we shall continue running even 10 days after that, oba tosobodde kudduka nga 29 niwe oba osobodde nga wandyagadde okweyongerayo buka emisinde ennaku nga 2 oba olunaku alala lumu n'ennaku zonna 10, provided you're ensuring that you are running within your area with your family to ensure that you're observing SOPs. We shall run.
Are the kits available beyond 29th for some people to procure? I mean, I'm looking at a scenario. Somebody probably just flies into the country and they're willing to support even after the 29th. Is that possible?
Yes, if the kits have not run out, they will be available. The more we mobilize, the more people are buying. So if they've not run out, they will definitely be available. We shall continue selling if they are still in stock. So we shall continue registering even after 29th. For those 10 days, we shall be registering, procuring their vests, and they will be running.
Uganda is richly blessed not only with natural resources but with human beings with a big heart. 25,000 shillings for this cause is very, very small. Can somebody give more? And if so, how do they do that?
Sure. Thank you, Simeo, for that question. Somebody can give more. You can donate through our cancer account at Centenary Bank. We read out the numbers at some point. Also, give your donation. Give your gratitude contribution, because we are grateful for the things God has done in our lives. We are grateful for the things, for who we are, for that probably we wouldn't have been. So you can contribute that more than the 25,000 shillings. You can go ahead and sponsor. We still welcome sponsors on board. And yes, the contributions are open beyond the 25K.
It's volume up, and we are discussing the Rotary Cancer Run that's due on Sunday, 29th of August this very year. It's going to be blue all across Uganda and probably in some other big cities: Kigali, Pretoria, South Africa, Berlin, Germany, Mombasa in Kenya, and so many other countries. You do not need to be a Joshua Cheptegei for you to get this so you can run and support the cause. Neither do you need to be a Chemtai. You just need to support the cause, because cancer attacks all of us and we cannot give it a chance anymore. 10 years of running, we're going to have to hype this a little bit. So I am very excited about Sunday and very confident that you certainly have a reason to feel the same way. Well, Rotarian,
Yes, please.
talk to me about this year's goal. Did I see somewhere that, what are you targeting? I mean, what do you want to collect at the end of the day? Is it a 1.2 billion? Is it a 2 billion? And what do you specifically want to do this time?
We want to ensure that we complete the procurement of the 2 linear accelerators and construct the bunkers.
The 2 linear accelerators, Uganda, ebyo byebyuma ebiyamba ku okwokya cancer, is it?
Yes, it's high-tech equipment that is going to be used at the facility, more than what we've been having.
What we are watching this week.
Exactly. And we, like I said, we need about 18 billion shillings for those 2.
Wow.
We have about 4.5 billion shillings on the account towards that. So we should be narrowing that gap.
I get it.
It should be narrowing. The more we raise, the better. I'm not going to say that we need to raise 2.5. I don't want
muyinza okufuna ezisinga
kati kanjogere nti nezisigaddeyo, because bwe tugamba nti nno tulina twetaaga 18 billion netugamba tulinawoko like 2.5 billion towards that. Balance ebanga 6.5.
Yeah, absolutely.
16.5. Yes. So if we can raise all that this year, why not? But if we can't, because the trend has shown us that it's been little by little, but we are hopeful that, because every year the contributions have been going higher and higher. The only setback we had was last year, because we weren't able to do our registration with the vests attached, because it looks like the vest has become something very we need.
Absolutely.
We love it. We identify
Absolutely.
with it over the years.
Absolutely.
So and because of the circumstances we're in, it's the only year whereby we had a setback. But having now gotten acquainted to the environment that we are in, we are hopeful that we should get back to the level whereby each year we've been going higher and higher and higher as we narrow the gap.
Amazing. Unfortunately, it's time that has us off. Believe me, I would want this conversation to keep on and on, because it's very interesting to know that you're discussing a noble cause. Rotary and Harriet, time is out. You want to give them your last remarks?
Thank you very much, Simeo. I want to call upon each and everyone within Uganda, each and everyone watching and viewing us, each one of, even people who are not viewing now, I want to call upon each and every person of goodwill to ensure that they are part of this cause. And we call upon you to join us in this, because you never know, you could be, or your people could be the next people that are going to need this service. But even if not, goodwill means that you wish everybody else well. So I call upon you, kindly get on board, register, and at only 25,000 Uganda shillings, and get on board. Let's run. Let's celebrate 10 years of this service. Let's celebrate lives of people who have passed on, people who have fought. Let's celebrate lives of our sponsors. Allow me quickly to appreciate our sponsors, because Mateka Musente, Parliament of Uganda, Centenary Bank, Renzori, MAD, Advertising, we've got Leica Mobile, we have Simba, we have CBS, we have Events House, we have 91.3, we have actually NBS, and I should say, the fact that we are here, you are one of our sponsors, and being that, Simeo, you know that we are the first people on this particular show.
Wow,
this
amazing.
Is special. This is special.
Absolutely. Volume Up
Thank
begins today officially, and it starts with the discussion on Rotary Cancer Run. So we certainly will have to celebrate our anniversary with you, I must confess, because we begin our show officially with the Rotary Cancer Run. What a noble cause to begin with. Now, you have no idea how painful it gets having to tell an amazing audience like you that today's show has come to an end with a very, very insightful and mind-blowing guest that Rotary and Harriet is. I must painfully have to state that today's show has come to an end. Believe me not, you need to get used to my face, because I will be here tomorrow yet again at 9 a.m. to host. Damon Wamara is the Executive Director of Uganda Child Rights NGO Network. Now, the gentleman that you are watching on your screens will be flying into the country from the States just to meet up with XLTV Volume Up tomorrow at 9 a.m. So you certainly want to tune in so you get to know the plight of children amidst COVID-19 in these tough times, what's befallen our children. That's a very special category there. My name has never changed, because it is still Simeo Ssebukulu to date. I want to appreciate you, Rotary and Harriet, for the time that you have spared. Now, I will run at the Rotary Cancer Run. Will you? If not, I challenge you to say the same. Until I catch you tomorrow, I certainly will have to be here for yet another insightful conversation. This is the moment when I painfully have to walk away and off your screens for yet another program. I am out of here. Volume Up. Keep it XLTV. Good morning.